This is the feast day of Francis of Assisi, the day Catholics honor the saint who dedicated his life to serving the poor. Well, today, the Pope, who took his name and inspiration from Francis, visited Assisi, and a tragedy off the Italian coast gave him an opportunity to speak of the plight of the poor. Here's Mark Phillips.
In Assisi, a pope bemoaned what he called a savage world that does not care about people who have to flee poverty and hunger, but who, he said, often find not freedom but death. Off the island of Lampedusa, divers approached a sunken ship that became a coffin for the people Pope Francis was talking about. Rescue workers have picked up what they think are the last survivors from the sinking of a boat overloaded with African migrants trying to reach Europe. Only about 150 of the estimated 500 on board survived. Even without Lampedusa, Pope Francis had come to Assisi, where his namesake Saint Francis worked among the poor 8 centuries ago, to make his case that the church must reform to serve those most in need. With him were the 8 cardinals he'd appointed to tackle the church's many problems: financial corruption, a bloated bureaucracy, the child abuse scandal. Francis was elected as a reformer, but according to Vatican writers like Marco Politi, this pope has become even more than that.
Pope Francis is now bringing the church to deep reforms. This is his aim, this is his project. It's a sort of revolution.
Changing the style of the papacy is one thing. Changing the way the church operates and approaches the problems of the real world is something else. But Pope Francis may have set out on a reform agenda, the pace of which has surprised even those who elected him. And 6 months into the job, he's only just begun. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Assisi.